filming lights are good, filming lights are great, until you have flaws, in which case it's like, here is every single problem with your appearance in Ultra HD. I tried to put on my lashes today, but because I put them in my bag without a little case in them, and now they're like bent. Long live the lashes. I'm sorry, my friends. The king is dead. It's been a weird week for me and for the world. In terms of the world, there's obviously been the Manchester bombings, and my thoughts are with everyone who has been affected by what's happened. It's also been a week for politics. Generally in the UK at the moment, our election is coming up, and Donald Trump is continuing to fuck up, just like every other week. So actually that should be considered pretty normal now. It's also been a weird week for me. As you can probably hear, I have a little bit of a cold right now. I can't breathe through my nose. I sound like I've smoked 40 cigarettes a day for the past 10 years. I've also done the stupid thing, as you may or may not know if you follow my Twitter. I dyed all my clothes accidentally pink about 2 weeks ago, and I've just got around to trying to fix that problem with like this bleach stuff. Now what's happened is that I've just dyed all my clothes grey, which I don't necessarily think is an improvement, but this is what we're working with today. It's fine. Claudia Boleyn, who is a YouTuber, makes content similar to mine. She talks a lot about fandom. She talks a lot about sexuality. She's cool. I'll leave her link in the description below. She made a video called I Was Too In Love with Katie McGrath to Be Straight, and I have never related so hard to a video in my entire existence ever. In the video, she talks about how when she was younger and she watched Merlin, she used to be obsessed with Katie McGrath, and it wasn't until years later she recognised why that was, because she's bi, and I relate real hard. I always say, or I used to say, that there was no signs for me that I was gay or that I did like girls, and then it was only till I watched that video I realised, yep, Gemma, there was a glaringly obvious sign. I don't have the pictures with me, but I spent a good proportion of my GCSE years, so between the ages of like 13, 14, 15, drawing Katie McGrath's face using different materials and looking at her face, and she was my background on my phone for a while. I'm like, Gemma, you should be ashamed of yourself. It was so obvious. I don't know what my parents thought. I don't know what my mum thought when I showed her my like portfolio of Katie McGrath. I don't know what my art teachers thought. We live in a heteronormative society, so they probably just thought it was a girl with a role model, which is great. But no, well, yes, but also no. The thing is with Merlin, in some weird way, I was attracted to every character in that show. But in another weird way, some unconscious part of me realised that, to a certain extent, every character in that show is gay as well. So on the one hand, I relate, and on the other hand, I want to be with. It's a difficult life. It's a difficult life for a young queer. To make this even worse, not only, I realised, was Katie McGrath my gay sexual awakening, but she was also my sexual awakening generally. The scene in, is it series 4? I think it was, when Morgana captures Merlin and she hangs him up in his hovel and like gently strokes his bare neck with this wet cloth. And I, for the life of me, couldn't figure out why I kept watching this scene when I was 14. But I watched that scene a lot. Take that what you will. Do I want Katie McGrath to tie me up in her hovel and wipe a wet cloth all over me? Maybe. I wouldn't say no. There's nothing Freudian about that at all. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm also 99% sure that Katie McGrath is bisexual. I mean, of course, you can never presume people's sexualities, and you shouldn't presume people's sexualities, and Claudia Boleyn points out exactly the same thing. Katie McGrath is to British gays what Kristen Stewart before she came out was to American gays. You know you sense something, you're like, that bitch is gay. Well, obviously not, because I didn't get the fact that I was gay when I was 14 and all that stuff was happening, when in reality I should have just been like, knock knock. Who's there?
You're gayness.
That makes sense. But now that I do know what this obsession means, I can watch Supergirl and be happy in the fact that she has found her lesbian counterpart. Who is your gay or straight or whatever sexuality you are awakening when you were younger. Tell me about that. I would really like to know. Was yours also Katie McGrath? Please tell me as well. Please die in shame with me. Also, quick side note, I have a Patreon now. You don't have to donate to the Patreon. I talk a little bit more about my feelings about Patreon actually on the main part of the Patreon page, which I'll leave a link to in the description below, and it will always be there in the description below. But basically my main point is I have a Patreon. You don't need to pay or give any money to my Patreon. It's there if you want to donate money, but you don't have to. But if you do, you get a little postcard thing that looks a bit like this. It has authors on, but not like this one exactly, because this has been on my wall. You can have a fresh one just for you. You get a postcard, doesn't matter how much you donate, and I write a little message on there. There may be stickers, there may be glitter, who knows, there may even be rainbows. Embrace the gay. There's nothing special on there. You will get no extra, like, follows on Twitter, because that makes me feel like you have to pay to get to know me better. And that's just stupid. If you want to get to know me, just tweet me. I enjoy talking to people. It's totally chill. But anyway, it's down there if you want it. I will see you soon. Okay, bye! I got my swag flag.